Background, where stories spark transformation.
In the ancient town of Share, there dwelled an elderly woman named Simbi who had endured solitude for many years. A tragic thunderstorm had robbed her of her entire family, leaving her alone in the world. However, she possessed a sizable poultry at the rear of her residence, which she diligently managed on her own. Each morning, Simbi would unlatch the gates to the poultry and tend to her livestock. In the evening, she would usher them back inside and securely lock the gate. One fateful evening, as the heavens opened up in a deluge, she found herself struggling to bring her livestock indoors. The combination of her age and the relentless rain made this task formidable. Overwhelmed by tears, she gazed up at the sky and implored, "O Lord, please grant me assistance," before lowering her head and weeping. Miraculously, a young man named Sadhu happened to pass by at that very moment. She cried out to him, "Young man, could you kindly assist me with my livestock?" Sadhu promptly halted and entered the compound to help Simbi. He skillfully guided the livestock into the enclosure, securely locked the gate, and then ushered the woman inside, where he prepared a warm cup of tea. Overjoyed, Simbi expressed her gratitude, saying, "Thank you, my son. May God bestow his blessings upon you." As if in response to her prayers, the rain ceased. Sadhu, prepared to depart, was stopped by Simbi, who urged him to accept a white goose as a token of her appreciation. Sadhu humbly declined, insisting, "I did not come to your aid seeking a reward." But Simbi persisted, saying, "Please accept it as a gift, not a reward. And remember to check on the goose every morning." Gratefully, Sadhu accepted the goose and built a comfortable enclosure for it at his home. The next morning, he was astonished to find a golden egg within the enclosure. He hurried to show his older brother, and together they marveled at the golden egg. Taking it to a skilled goldsmith in town, they confirmed its authenticity and sold it for a substantial sum. Their hearts brimming with joy, they returned home. His cycle continued, with the goose laying a golden egg every day. On the 6th day, however, the older brother proposed a hasty idea. He suggested they check on the goose that night, convinced that it had accumulated a cache of golden eggs within its sizable stomach. He whispered to Sadhu, "Tonight, let us claim all the riches at once." Blinded by his brother's urgency, reluctantly Sadhu agreed, and together they killed the goose. To their surprise, upon opening the goose, they found it to be empty. Their earlier greed had led them to act against the virtue of patience. Regretfully, Sadhu wept, saying to his elder sibling, "See what your greed has wrought. I should never have heeded your counsel." This story reminds us of the value of patience and the perils of greed. It teaches us that rushing for immediate gain can lead to disastrous consequences, whereas patience and contentment often yield greater rewards in the end.
Subscribe, watch another.